Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos and tutorials. In today's video we are going to try to learn GameMaker GML visual drag and drop block, which is called if mouse released. This one is very similar to previous two blocks which we have learned, if mouse down and if mouse pressed. This one is called if mouse released, and also very similar to those keyboard key down, key pressed, key released. So those two group of blocks will be one above other, so you can compare them and try to remember they behave similar. Okay, in a previous video we have coded our game, or to be more precise, we have tried to code some test behaviors, like when the player clicks, spawn some coins, when the player presses the key enter the game and releases it, the game starts, and so on. So those made not much sense, but they were nice examples to understand how these blocks work. In this video today, instead of making these coins spawn randomly, I will try to make them spawn where I click on the screen and release. So I think I mentioned that in previous video as some kind of task you can do on your own, some kind of homework. Probably no one did it, so let's do it here. So the crucial difference between this if mouse released and this if mouse pressed and if mouse down is that this guy here, this block here, works only and only and executes code in it only and only when the mouse is released and if it is released. If you don't release the mouse, it will never happen. If you click on something and think, okay, that's enough, no it isn't, you have to release the mouse button. Okay, so let's see that in practice. For the first example I'm going to use Room Manager, and I will disable this if mouse pressed because I want to make similar but also different one. Then I will try to find if mouse released, if mouse released. Here it is under mouse and keyboard group of blocks. Click and drag it like this. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, it works exactly under same principles as those before. So you pick which mouse button you want to use, left, middle, right, any or no button, and also checkbox to make negative decision like not. So this checkbox, if you check it, then you will read it if mouse not released. So that could be like if player is still holding the mouse button down, so he didn't release it. In this case, as I said, I want to spawn some instance of obj coins. So we already did similar examples. So I will copy this, copy, paste it, and it be pasted below. So I have to drag and drop it in this if mouse released, not below. If I put it below, it will execute anyway. If I put it in this block if mouse released, then if mouse released decides if this is going to work or not. If mouse released is true, then execute this guy under him, in him, sorry, to be more precise. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to create instance of obj coin. Great. Randomly? No, we did that before. So click on this X box and delete it, and this time I will try to type mouse and I will get some recommendation by GameMaker, which is smart, and click on this mouse X. Same goes with Y. So this, you can say this is not exactly or 100% pure drag and drop block coding. I don't know, I couldn't agree or don't have to agree with that, because we're using some kind of built-in variables. As you can see here, they are built in for you, but some of you may be afraid of doing this or think this is like more advanced or stuff like that. You will have to, if you ask me, I would recommend to start doing this as soon as possible and go to GML instead of drag and drop as soon as possible, because you will have so much more possibilities and opportunities and features in it. So it's a clear, simple choice, straightforward. But sometimes, because we are limited with these drag and drop blocks, I will have to jump into some parts of GML or some parts of like these built-in variables which you will have to type. And for some of you it can be a good starting point to learn more about GML as language, not drag and drop only. So again, I'm just picking some kind of help which was built in from GameMaker programmers for me to make things faster and easier. And as you can see here, it says built-in variable, so I will pick mouse X and mouse Y here, and that means what? That means wherever I move my mouse on the screen, GameMaker now tries to get X and Y position of this spot. Like if I'm in the top middle, top left corner, that would be 0, 0, and GameMaker knows that. If I move it here, you can read it here under this left square bracket with two numbers. First one is for X, second one is for Y. So now GameMaker follows my mouse with X and Y coordinates, which is great. Sometimes you will want to make games where you shoot, where you click to create something on the screen and stuff like that. So, okay, I want to do what? I want to check if mouse is released and then create instance of obj coin. So let's see if that works. So only when I release it. We will see, maybe there will be some funny situations here. So I will try to make one coin next to this white square smiley face, to his right where my mouse is. So I will click and I will hold it, nothing happens until I release it. And here it is. Another one next to it, so it's not random anymore. Here it is. So we have learned now with very simple 2 blocks of code how to instantiate, how to create things on the screen, objects, which can be whatever you want. Tower defense game, create tower. Strategy game, RTS, create barracks, create food farm, create I don't know, whatever, spawn some enemies, go there, click and go to the right top corner, go here, no, to the bottom right corner, go here. So you can use this in so many games. The problem here is that I can overlap, I think I can overlap, yeah, I can overlap those. Sometimes you don't want to do that. For example, if this was farming game, I want my farm to be able to be spawned on the screen when I click like this, one to next other, but not overlapping, not like this. So we would have to add more questions, more decisions for GameMaker to ask, and so on. This one, I think it's 10 minutes. I will stop here. I have some other ideas, but the whole idea here is, yeah, let me try one more thing. Oops. I will try now to click with my mouse on the right position of this white square smiley face. Here it is. I clicked, I hold it, and now I can drag it wherever I want until I release it. It will not spawn my yellow circle coin. So I'm holding now, and although I have clicked on the right side of this square, I can now, for example, put my mouse to the left bottom, release it, and where will it spawn? Here. So yeah, you can also, I think this was a great example how this will not work unless you release the mouse, as its name says. So it doesn't matter if I click on this guy here in his face, and until I release it, I can move this like 5 minutes, 5 hours, as long as I want, wherever I want. But if I, for example, release it here, it will be spawned where I have released it. So yeah, that could be a great example that this works only if the mouse is released. And earlier we have learned that there is another one, if mouse pressed and if mouse down. Those two guys would work instantly. The moment I click if mouse pressed, it would spawn. If mouse down, it will spawn. And this guy, you could see it just few seconds ago. You can make crazy mechanics with it. So as long as you hold it until you release it, it will not work. That's it for this video. We have learned a couple of new things. We have learned how this block if mouse released works, but also we have learned how you can spawn some objects, create some objects, or to be more precise, object instances under your mouse, where your mouse is mouse X and mouse Y position. So this could be very, very helpful. I hope so for your games. That's it for this video. See you in next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.